All right, coming up next, a welterweight matchup between CM Punk and Luke Rockhold.
Sway while it means I follow policies. Always give a game every time she me. Shoot blanks, but you gotta.
The Santa Cruz, California native and former UFC middleweight champion. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Luke Rockhold. Don't let the aesthetic fool you. This man is an absolute monster. Former Strikeforce champion, went on to hold the UFC middleweight title, and still has every aspiration to get back to the top of the heap.
This guy's one of the toughest guys we've ever seen compete in the octagon. His ability to overcome adversity, to absorb punishment, and then come back to deliver his own is a really amazing thing to watch.
Till they gun me down. Little kids in the streets gotta come in the house. When the shots ring, even cops pause.
Well, his UFC debut against Mickey Gall certainly didn't go the way he drew it up, but you would be wise not to count out someone like CM Punk. Draws rave reviews from his coaches for his work ethic. He is a quick learner, certainly a coachable fighter. We'll see, though, what type of adjustments and improvements he's made here tonight. When you're a developing mixed martial artist, oftentimes you can really shore up weaknesses in a 12 or 18-month span. We'll see if the work that CM Punk has done in the gym can pay dividends here tonight.
This guy is a wrestler, and wrestlers have had tremendous success inside the octagon, both because of their determination and work ethic, and because, as a skill, wrestling allows the fighter to dictate where the bout takes place.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 16 wins, 4 losses. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Santa Cruz, California, Luke Rockhold. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a wrestler, holding a professional record of 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 1 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Chicago, Illinois, CM Punk! And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Yves Lavigne.
The veteran Yves Lavigne draws the assignment here.
You ready?
Well, how good is this? Reminds me of the good old days of Pride, the UFC Grand Prix single night tournament. This has been highly anticipated by fight fans around the world. And remember, if you sustain damage, that could affect you later on in this one-night tournament. Ooh, nice slip there to avoid the punch by Rockhold. Lands to the body there. Well, he ate a pretty big head kick there, Joe, and he's got to be careful moving forward, moving into striking range, leaving that head wide open. I know his corner looks frustrated. Let's see if this team can make the requisite adjustments.
Oh, nice.
He's got him right here.
This fight is dangerously close to being stopped.
That one appeared to stun him. Oh!
Oh, big left. Such good movement in there. Almost hits him with that left hook. Oh, head kick! Really threw a lot of power into that uppercut, but missed. Oh, beautiful kick there. Big straight punch.
Just over 2 minutes to go in what has been a furious round one. Nice knee to the body there by Rockhold.
Oh, he missed that kick.
Nice punch by CM Punk. He lands the head kick. Rockhold gets caught with that punch. Got to shore up the defense here. How about that shin?
These guys are swinging.
Rockhold's lower jaw does not look good. I don't think it's broken, but starting to show some obvious signs of swelling. Shows him the left and then follows it up with a right. Nice 1-2 punch there by CM Punk. Blocks the shot.
Misses with the kick.
Connects there with the punch. 30 seconds now to go in round one.
Oh, flipped him again. He's hurt. He's hurt. You got to be careful there. Don't rush in.
He might be out.
Hard straight punch.
Horn sounds for the end of round one.
There's a nice kick to the body. Here we see a beautifully timed kick, connects flush. Here's a powerful head kick that lands. Very impressive striking going on in that round.
Okay. Great job. Listen. All right, here you go. Come on.
Brittany Palmer with us tonight. All right, round two.
He's definitely going to want to start this round off fast to try to pick up where he left off. His opponent was in big trouble at the end of that round. Luke Rockhold is an incredibly well-rounded fighter. He is long and tall with outstanding striking, very powerful kicks, and a seriously high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu ground game.
Oh, beautiful hook by Rockhold. Straight right, he misses.
Both men landing in that exchange. That one hurt. And look how quick his counters are. And he grabs the single.
Pretty significant welt to the left side.
Oh, good punches from the top here.
Now the hammer fist here by Rockhold. Oh, really nice work to keep busy off of his back as he lands some more offense here from bottom.
Side control.
And busy as he looks to improve position here.
Trying to take the back here. Full back mount here. Oh, this is nasty. He's got his back here. He's switching to the armbar. What he needs to do to get the armbar here, first of all, he's got to hook the arm. Then from there, he's got to get that leg across the face. Once he's in that position, it's all about... You got it, you got it! Nicely done. An excellent job in setting up the armbar and getting the tap.
Yeah, Joe, I would agree. High-level stuff, the way he worked there to isolate the arm, secure it, and ultimately force the tap. The armbar finish comes here in this round. Hard to do it much prettier than he did just there.
And one more time from this angle, we can see that armbar locked in tight for the tap. And one more time, nice technique here on this submission.
So there he is, your winner by submission, and that's exactly how you put the rest of this division on notice. Looks like this guy could be a factor moving forward in this division.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Leving has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 33 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by tap out, Luke Rockhold.
All right, so another big moment for the former UFC middleweight champion Luke Rockhold here tonight. And when he is putting all of his martial arts skills together, as he did here tonight, you might be looking at the most dangerous 185-pound fighter in the world. He said as much during fight week, and you can be sure on the strength of this performance that he will walk out of this octagon believing that he is the best middleweight on the planet, and maybe one day in the not-too-distant future, they will all again be chasing Luke Rockhold at 185 pounds. Coming up next, it's a welterweight bout between Conor McGregor and Hector Lombard. Well, back in 2000, he represented his native Cuba in the Olympic Games in judo. Here is the judo practitioner, Hector Showweather Lombard, black belt in judo, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He has trained in Coconut Creek, Florida at American Top Team for years. Turned pro all the way back in 2004. More than 20 wins by knockout. Has some submissions to his credit as well, but this man has been a knockout artist of the highest order. Some of the best power we have seen in this UFC middleweight division.
This guy has devastating one-punch knockout power, amongst the very best in the world at delivering a single blow to end the fight.
So here is Conor McGregor making the walk once again, and to say he has put Dublin, Ireland on the MMA map has got to be the understatement of the century. McGregor has vaulted into superstardom, former UFC featherweight champion, UFC lightweight champion, the only simultaneous two-division champion, and has become the biggest superstar mixed martial arts has ever seen in UFC history.
Conor McGregor has that it factor, along with a fantastic and creative striking game, a very good ground game, and extreme confidence in himself. All these make for a fan-favorite combination.
Our tale of the tape for this highly anticipated welterweight fight. So more than 10 years apart, these two fighters, with the same height and some differences in reach. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a judo fighter holding a professional record of 34 wins, 8 losses, 1 draw, and 2 no contests. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, Hector Lombard. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a kickboxer, holding a professional record of 21 wins, 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, the notorious Conor McGregor. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Mario Yamasaki.
Mario Yamasaki, third man in the octagon for this one.
Are you ready? Let's go!
Opens with the left hand and lands flush. Oh, effective strike there by Lombard. Oh!
Tries a big hook to the head, but misses.
Oh, nice jab by Lombard.
These guys are going at it here right away, trading blows.
Well, if you're going to leave your body that wide open, you're going to pay the price, and he certainly did there as his opponent lands flush to the midsection.
Slides him over, and nice reversal here. Excellent movement and transitions here on the ground, staying busy.
Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by McGregor.
He's got his back.
That hammer fist attempt is blocked. 3 minutes remain in the round.
Oh, he got reversed. And he executed a very nice sweep here and wound up in guard. Excellent sweep. Beautifully executed sweep. He's got his back. Good control here. And he gets reversed. They're canceling each other out. Full mount. Very nicely done. Trying to spin to the back. Excellent sweep.
Lands with the left.
Excellent movement here on the ground. They lock up the clinch.
That knee might have landed there. Lombard's got the tie clinch. Let's see what he can do with it. Lands with a knee. Another nice knee there.
Oh, both men exchange.
Nice takedown there. Second round, straight ahead. So he heads back to the stool after a dominant round. Great round there from Lombard.
Yeah, that knockdown should have won him the round. It was a big moment in the fight. Let's take a look at that again. And let's see that again from another angle.
Brittany Palmer doing her thing as usual. All right, round two. Oh, that's a good strike there by McGregor. Punch is blocked.
Caught him with a punch.
Lombard gets the single leg takedown. Nicely done there.
He hits him with a hammer fist. And full back. Excellent movement on the ground here. Constantly moving, constantly staying busy. Oh, he gets reversed. He moved into full mount.
Lombard gets caught with that punch. Not the easiest guy in the world to hit, but he got caught there.
Big punch from the top. He hip escapes from the full mount. Maintaining control. He's doing a great job of moving and transitioning here on the ground.
Well, Joe, I know he respects the power coming back, but it looked like he moved right into that kick to the body, and his opponent landed it flush. So let's see if he changes up his footwork a little bit and tries to avoid further damage to the midsection moving forward. So we have passed the midway point in the fight. Well, hard to win fights in mixed martial arts from the bottom, but nice work here in that position by McGregor.
Excellent movement and transitions here on the ground, staying busy. He's doing a great job of moving and transitioning here on the ground. He's trying to pass here. Excellent movement on the ground here, always trying to better his position. Very nice sweep. Full mount. Hip escape, nice hip escape.
Well, he's landed some excellent shots in this fight tonight, but more often than not, it has been one and done. So the emphasis now moving forward, combinations. Throw your punches in bunches and really try to force the issue and get your opponent out of it.
Oh, beautiful kick.
Well, a really good second round for him thus far. After a somewhat lackluster first round, he has found the rhythm and found his striking range. Scary proposition for the opponent now here in round 2. Lombard gets tattooed by that straight punch. Well played there to avoid the clinch. Lombard gets hit with a kick. All right, that's the end of round number 2.
And here's a nice shot, lands perfectly. And here's another clean shot that lands. And another perfectly placed strike. Big round.
Deep breath. Great. Last round coming up. You got 5 minutes. I want you to go out there and finish this fight.
Ariane Celeste in the building as usual.
Final round, you ready? You ready?
Third round underway. Well, you gotta love this performance here tonight, Joe. He continues to land a high number of strikes just as he did in the previous round and seemingly not slowing down at all here tonight. McGregor gets caught with that punch.
And he looks for the takedown.
Lombard gets the double leg takedown. Nice job there disguising his entry.
He's in half guard, and now he's in full mount. Look at this. He's out of it. He's working from full mount again.
Oh, nice punch there by Lombard. Continuing to stay busy here on the ground. Oh, that right hand is on point.
Half guard.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Lombard.
He's looking to take the back.
That strike will count.
Transitions back to full guard.
3 minutes now to go in the fight.
Postures up here. Oh, he's mounted him. He lands a big shot from the bottom.
Lombard's lower jaw now starting to show signs of swelling.
Very nice elbows. He hip escapes. He's out of the full mount. Oh, elbow to the head.
And busy as he looks to improve position here. Oh, pretty good work here from the bottom, Joe, as he tags him with that punch.
Excellent movement here on the ground. He's doing a great job of moving and transitioning here on the ground.
And he landed the right hand there.
And he's trying to pass. Excellent movement on the ground here. Constantly moving, constantly staying busy. And separate.
Well, this is exactly the sense of urgency you're looking for. Try to take the judges out of it. He is lighting them up now.
Big shot! This fight is dangerously close to being stopped. Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt bad.
And he comes through with a big knee.
Body kick, look at that.
Joe.
Big shot to the liver. He buckles. He's hurt to the body. You can tell that shot hurt him bad. Not much time left.
Oh, right hand is there for him, Joe.
He avoids the clinch. Wow. Unbelievable. This crowd is on its feet. Those men just gave everything they had.
All right, so once again, we are glad we are commentators and not judges. This fight goes the distance, and it was a very close fight, Joe. Both guys had their moments. Truly a decision now that could go either way as we await it from Bruce Buffer. All right, it looks like the official decision is in. Yes, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge 1 scores this contest 29-28, Lombard. Judge 2 scores it 9-28, McGregor. And Judge 3 scores it 9-28 for the winner by split decision, the notorious Conor McGregor!
Well, what a legacy it has been for the 2-division UFC champion Conor McGregor, and he only adds to it here tonight as he gets his hand raised yet again. Doubt this man at your own peril, ladies and gentlemen. It seems like every time the doubters get on board, Conor finds a way to mute them all, and he does exactly that here tonight. Another massive, massive win for the future UFC Hall of Famer, the notorious Conor McGregor. All right, coming up next, it is a welterweight showdown between the Motown phenom, Kevin Lee, and Bruce Lee. He is the founder of Jeet Kune Do, and as Dana White calls him, the father of modern mixed martial arts. Bruce Lee, outstanding striker, very dynamic on the feet, so unpredictable, great combination of precision and timing. And Bruce Lee was quoted as saying, the best fighter is someone who can adapt to any style. Bruce Lee is nothing if not adaptable, perhaps the most influential martial artist of all time.
This guy has insanely fast kicking speed and ridiculous leg dexterity. If you are close enough for him to kick you, you've got a real problem on your hands.
So as this confident young fighter makes his walk to the octagon, you can be sure his inner monologue is, how do I get this opponent to the mat? Because once I get him down, I know I can keep him there, potentially for the duration of the round, if not the fight. This guy's top game is scary good, and it's not just about getting you down, it's about using his weight to keep you there. Great hips as well.
This guy is an outstanding wrestler, and what he wants to do here is avoid any striking confrontations, close the distance, grab a hold of his opponent, and bring the fight down to the ground where he should have an advantage.
Our tale of the tape for this welterweight fight. So a more than 5-year gap between these two fighters when it comes to the age, with similar height and some differences in reach. All right, now for the particulars, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California, Bruce the Dragon Lee! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a wrestler, holding a professional record of 16 wins, 4 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Kevin the Motown Phenom Lee! And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Dan Mergliotta.
Dan Mergliotta, your referee.
You ready? You ready?
Well, no better way to pay homage to the history of pride in the UFC with this single night UFC Grand Prix tournament. Some of the best fighters in the world have come out. Let's see who will be the last fighter standing here tonight.
Good defense there.
Lee gets caught with that punch. His chin is held up thus far. Got to shore up the defense here, though. Straight right hand now, just misses. Oh, he got cracked with the jab there, Joe, and his head is firmly on the center line, the one place it really can't afford to be. He's showing some vulnerability here by leaning right into his opponent's range. Let's see if he can make some adjustments here. Lands a punch. Oh, is that a good knee to the body there by Lee?
That's, again, the experience. Hit him with the jab. Hit him hard with that hook.
Both of these guys going all out. High action fight here. Oh, a huge block there.
This is crazy. Oh my goodness. Nice head kick.
He blocks the shot.
Nice kick to the leg. Sweet axe kick.
Splits the guard, connects with the punch there, Joe. Oh, the head kick lands.
He's feinting with the punch. Really threw everything into that uppercut, but fell short. Tagged him. Just missed with a huge kick.
Nice punch by Lee.
And he's checking every single one of those. He's got good accuracy on that jab. Struggling for position in the clinch. Tosses him through the air. Beautiful judo throw. He's working from side control. Look at that transition.
Oh, he's got the ground and pound going now. Eats the elbow there.
Oh, he got cracked.
I mean, how many can he take? Less than a minute now to go in round one. Connects with a right.
Nasty ground and pound here.
Huge
left
right
shot.
hand. We'll see if he can follow it up.
30 seconds to go. Oh, good elbow.
And really starting to make these shots count.
Big punches here.
Lee's cut is getting worse here. Man, is that bleeding.
Oh.
Round two next.
Here's a perfect head kick. Here's a nasty head kick that lands. And here we see a devastating throw. Incredible highlights in that round.
This next round, we really want to focus on ground control. You have to set up your takedown. I want you to maintain a dominant.
Brittany Palmer in the building.
Okay, ready? Round two. You ready?
Round two is underway. All right, so second round underway. A little bit of a feeling out process, I guess, in that first round. Entertaining action on both sides. Nothing that wowed the crowd necessarily, Joe, but your thoughts ultimately on what we saw over those first 5 minutes.
Nice.
Ooh. Timely defense there. Huge block for him. Now mixing one into the body.
Huge uppercut misses.
That kick lands.
Tags him.
Well, he leaned right into that hook shot, Joe, and that is certainly something that bears watching here moving forward. I know he's confident in his chin, but he's a sitting duck there, walking right into the...
High kick! He hurt him! This could be it! Nice uppercut. Look at that. Wow.
And now...
Oh, nice! Neither either fighter's really doing anything. And he's controlling him here.
Under 3 minutes now to go in the round.
Full guard here. He's in half guard.
Oh, nice hammer fist there by Lee.
Now he's moved back into full guard. Moves to half guard. Now he's in full mount. Yeah, that did hurt. You saw the wince.
Lee's lower jaw could not look much worse, Joe. Extremely swollen at this point in time. We'll keep an eye on it as this fight moves forward.
Lands a good shot from the bottom. Hard hammer fist.
He's very close to the
he's
finish.
That's it. That's it. The fight is over.
Do it.
And he gets the TKO, and this is a result of a large volume of strikes. Just kept throwing bombs all night long and finally got the victory.
Yeah, Joe, I would agree. A good stoppage by the referee. Ultimately, you want to see the fighter live to fight another day. And even though he was moving a little bit, he was not intelligently defending himself. And I would always err on the side of a premature stoppage as opposed to a late one. Ultimately, the referee's #1 job, protect the fighter, and the official certainly did so there. So a seminal moment for him here tonight as he gets the victory by TKO. Huge result inside the octagon tonight. Now we go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 22 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO, Kevin the Motown Phenom Lee.
So there he is, the man of the moment after the TKO victory here tonight. He had some doubters coming in here. A lot of people wondering if he had what it takes to take out an opponent of this quality. Well, he certainly answered those questions and then some, getting his hand raised here tonight by that aforementioned TKO. Said he wanted to keep the judges out of it. Certainly accomplished that goal. You got to think maybe he gets a bonus, high-profile opponent next. Congratulations to this oncoming force. All right, coming up next, it's a welterweight showdown between Neil Magny and Damian Maia. The submission magician Damian Maia, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and to this day still one of the best BJJ black belts to ever cross into mixed martial arts. Damian Maia, perennial welterweight contender, has his eyes on the prize. We'll see if he gets that UFC title shot.
Damian Maia has a ridiculous Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu game. He is incredibly technical, and when he gets a hold of you, he is like a constrictor.
A pro dating to 2010, here is the workhorse Neil Magny. Highest striking differential among active welterweights. This is a guy who moves very well on the feet. He'll switch stances, but he draws his highest praise for his coachability. This guy has as good a work ethic as any fighter in the game, representing Elevation Fight Team. This is a guy who is trained at altitude, and the results have certainly spoken to that over the past several years. Neil Magny remains in welterweight title contention.
This guy has lightning fast hand speed. His combinations come swiftly and from all angles.
Our tale of the tape for this highly anticipated welterweight fight. Maia is 10 years his senior. Magny is 2 inches taller. He will have an 8-inch reach advantage. All right, here now the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a jiu-jitsu fighter holding a professional record of 25 wins, 8 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, Damian Maia! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 20 wins, 7 losses. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Denver, Colorado, Neil And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Mario Yamasaki.
Mario Yamasaki, third man in the octagon for this one.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful kick to the body.
Nice punch by Magny.
He's throwing some hard shots now.
Immediately shoots for the leg.
Good straight right. Doing an excellent job blocking here.
Clipped him with the jab.
Excellent defense here. Really good job blocking all those shots coming at his head.
Good takedown.
Excellent movement and transitions here on the ground. Staying busy. From the north-south position to get the choke, what he wants to do is get his arm under the back of the neck. Once he's got the arm under the back of the neck, locking it in place, he needs to get his left... Oh, look at that. Slips right out of it. Very strong with the back mount. I mean, he's going to do his level best, defend, and be patient.
Oh, that hammer fist attempt defended well. It's blocked.
Now he gets the full mount again. Very nice sweep, winds up in his guard. He's in half guard here. Oh, look at that! Look at that transition.
Magny gets caught with that punch. He'd be wise to get those hands up, Joe.
Good shot to the head. Postures up. And look at this. It looks like he's got the armbar locked up. Look at this, though. Oh! Oh, this is not good at all. Stunning. Stunning, and he really made it look easy. Won the fight by armbar. Beautiful job.
Yeah, really impressive work out of him here tonight. He had to work for it, no doubt about it, but a nice job to isolate and ultimately secure the arm and then get the tap from the armbar. So a pretty submission finish turned in by that fighter here tonight.
And here we see it again from another angle. Isolates the arm, locks it in, and forces the tap. And here we see it again. Beautiful submission victory.
So there he is, your winner by submission. That is a finish they will likely be talking about for some time. Big win, major statement made to the rest of this division.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki is going to stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 23 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by tap out, Damian.
All right, so another big win for the Brazilian submission machine, Damian Maia, tonight. You know, fighting that guy must make for an absolutely suffocating night at the office, whether he's grappling on the canvas or backpacking you the way he did Jorge Masvidal. Maia, a very difficult matchup for nearly everybody in this 170-pound division. All right, coming up next, it's a welterweight matchup between Luke Rockhold and Conor McGregor. With self-belief for days, here is the notorious Conor McGregor, simultaneous two-division champion in the UFC. Nobody has done that before. Probably the best left hand in the game, whether you're a featherweight or a welterweight. You do not want to get hit with that left from the notorious Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor has that it factor, along with a fantastic and creative striking game, a very good ground game, and extreme confidence in himself. All these make for a fan-favorite combination.
Well, here's a man with every skill in the book. He has realized the UFC title in the past, the former UFC middleweight champion Luke Rockhold, some of the best kicks in the game, and the jiu-jitsu, just a remarkable grappler with a lot of instinctive skills on the ground, as conditioned as any athlete on the roster. Luke Rockhold, on his best night, still the man many believe to be the best 185-pound fighter on the UFC roster.
This guy has world-class throws. Look for his opponent to try to keep as far away from this man's clinch as possible, because if he gets a hold of you, the results are devastating.
Till they gun me down. Little kids in the streets gotta come in the house when the shots.
Our tale of the tape for this welterweight fight. Rockhold is 4 years the elder. He is the 6-inch taller party. He will have a 3-inch reach advantage. We send it inside the octagon. The veteran voice is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a kickboxer, holding a professional record of 21 wins, 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, the notorious Conor McGregor! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 16 wins, 4 losses. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Santa Cruz, California, Luke Rockhold! And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Mario Yamasaki.
Mario Yamasaki, third man in the octagon for this one.
You ready? Let's go, come on!
Just misses there with the left. McGregor gets caught with that punch.
Oh, there he connected.
Oh, McGregor's kick to the body, that one blocked. Oh, nice strike landed there by Rockhold. So,
Oh, he's just teeing off here. Oh, he's rocked. This could be it right here. Oh, solid jab.
and now he lands a combination. Well, it's one thing to have length, it's another thing to use it, and he does it as well as anyone. Nice kick there by McGregor. 3 minutes now to go in this one. Conor McGregor gets touched by that leg kick attempt. Head kick coming, it's blocked, Joe. How about that shin? Nice punch there by McGregor.
Excellent movement on the ground here, always trying to better his position. Oh, this is not good. Hip escape, gets out of the full mount. side control here.
And dizzy as he looks to improve position here.
He's got full guard here. Trying to lock up a triangle. He's got the leg over the shoulder. Now, he's going to pull down on his shin, throws his other leg over. He wants to lock it in place. He's got the knee over the ankle, pins down, push the arm across the face, pull down on the head. Oh my God!
Will do it!
Set up the choke, completed the job, and got the victory.
Well, yeah, Joe, he told us during fight week he's been working dutifully on his submission game, and he was going to look for an opening here tonight. Safe to say he found one. Near perfect setup on the choke. It was sunk in deep, and his opponent had no choice but to tap out or go to sleep.
And one more time, beautiful technique here on this triangle for the victory. And let's watch it here one more time. Deep submission and the tap.
So there he is, your winner by submission tonight, and that is how you put the rest of the division on notice. A huge result for him here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 9 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by tap out due to a triangle choke, Luke Rockhold.
Well, when Luke Rockhold is on, he looks the part of the best middleweight on the roster, and that was certainly what we saw here tonight. A big win for AKA's Luke Rockhold, and you got to wonder as they spin this thing forward now if maybe the strength of this performance will result in an immediate title shot for the former UFC middleweight champion. Big, big desired result for Luke Rockhold here tonight. All right, coming up next, it is a welterweight showdown between the Motown phenom, Kevin Lee, and Damian Maia. Well, back in 2010, he challenged Anderson Silva for the UFC middleweight championship, but since moving down to 170 pounds, Damian Maia has realized his greatest success. Arguably the greatest jiu-jitsu practitioner in UFC history, Damian Maia remains a welterweight contender on the cusp of a title shot. Perhaps this will be the year for the submission magician.
Damian Maia may very well be the very best Brazilian jiu-jitsu artist in mixed martial arts, and he's proven that time and time again by submitting some of the elite fighters in the world, both at 185 and at 170.
All right, so here is this defensively gifted fighter, and certainly has some offense as well, but more often than not, that offense is set up by his sound defense. He uses movement beautifully, uses his defense to create offensive angles. This guy can stick and move with the best of the man, and even when you think you have him in a bad position, more often than not, swivels that head off at the center line and counters you right in the jaw. So an outstanding defensive striker, very good counterattacks, and a very interesting matchup in front of him tonight.
This guy has ridiculous hand speed. His opponent is going to need to keep his chin tucked and his hands up high.
Our tale of the tape for this highly anticipated welterweight fight. Well, how about the age discrepancy here? More than 15 years apart. Some differences in height and reach as well. To get us started with the official introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting at the blue corner, a jiu-jitsu fighter holding a professional record of 25 wins, 8 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, Damian Maia. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a wrestler holding a professional record of 16 wins, 4 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Kevin the Motown Phenom Lee. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Dan Murgliata.
Dan Murgliata.
Ready? Are you ready?
And we are underway. So half of his UFC wins have come by way of submission, and remarkably for Damian Maia, everybody seems to know what's coming, right? Takedown, submission attempt, and yet none of the best welterweights in the world, at least to this point in time, have been able to stop it. Damian Maia appears on a collision course with a UFC championship. Gotta have this one tonight. Both guys throwing potential fight enders here in the early going. All right, so here we go with round one, and you got to be mindful of those overhand punches if you're his opponent. You know it's a big part of his game plan every time out. It's his go-to punch. We'll see if he can find a home for it here tonight.
And let's see if he can elevate Damian and get his hips up. Hip escape, and he's out of the full mount. Nicely done. Oh, tries for a triangle. Looks like he's got that triangle locked into place and very tight. He might get it here. Look at this. Throw that leg down. He's going to push that arm sideways across the face.
And there it is.
That's it. Great job in establishing that submission.
Yeah, so a quick night at the office for him here tonight. He told us he wanted to be efficient. He didn't want to waste a lot of time. He felt his opponent knew the takedown attempts would be coming, and he got the fight to the ground relatively easily, and his submission skills then took over. Big, big result for him early in round one tonight.
And one more time, beautiful technique here on this triangle for the victory. And finally, one more time, no choice but to tap.
So there he is, your winner by submission. That could hold up as one of the better subs of the year. Near perfect execution tonight. All right, Bruce Buffer now inside the octagon has the official decision.
Stopped this contest at 1 minute, 54 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by tap out, Damian.
All right, so congratulations to the Brazilian Damian Maia. His name is littered across the UFC record books, and he adds to that win total here tonight in dominant fashion. This is a guy who is just very exhausting to fight, and even though the opposition appeared to do their homework here tonight, it was not enough. Damian Maia remains one of the best welterweights in the world. All right, coming up next, it is a welterweight championship fight between Luke Rockhold and Damian Maia. Well, a long winning streak may guarantee you a title fight in other divisions, certainly doesn't at 170 pounds. But now, with all the contenders behind him, there is one man left standing. It is this man, the #1 welterweight contender, now getting his shot at the dominant champion. And he believes without a shadow of a doubt that he is the best 170 in the world, and he is out to prove it right here, right now.
Damian Maia is one of the premier submission specialists on the planet. He holds virtually every grappling title a person could hold, and if this fight goes to the ground, look for him to end it quickly and with beautiful technique.
He is the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, and in a division that has so much depth in that top 15, it's even more remarkable that this man has remained the hunt. The question tonight, with a powerful challenger out of that blue corner, can he walk away and still?
The champion is in focus right now. He's making his way towards the cage. His training for this bout has been perfect. Everything ran according to plan. He believes he has a solid game plan. He's ready to step in here and retain his title.
Till they gun me down. Little kids in the streets gotta come in the house. When the shots ring, even cops pause.
Our tale of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. Maia is 7 years his senior. Rockhold will have a 5-inch reach advantage. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Dan Bergliata. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a jiu-jitsu fighter, holding a professional record of 25 wins, 8 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, presenting the challenger, Demian Maia.
All right, this is for the UFC Championship. I want you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. I want a nice, clean, safe fight. Touch gloves, back your corners, come out fighting.
They touch him up, and we are underway.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
All right, here we go. UFC Welterweight Championship is up for grabs right now. All right, so here we go with round 1 of this UFC Welterweight Championship fight. All eyes on the champion as he looks to defend the title yet again. Prior to his title reign, we saw this 170-pound title change hands quite a bit. Not so since he earned the strap. We'll see if he can keep it here tonight against the #1 contender. Rockhold gets hit by that kick to the midsection. You gotta do better defensively.
That one hurt. Good shots by the champion.
He's got him hurt here.
Look at this, takedown!
Maia's lower jaw looking extremely swollen now.
Looks like he's got his arm locked up. He's got that arm bar locked up. And he escaped the arm bar. Excellent posture here. Stacking him here, putting the pressure on him. Excellent movement here on the ground. Nice sweep, now he's in half guard. A little bit uneventful.
Well, just because you're on your back doesn't mean you can't throw offense. Staying busy here, you'll like to see that, Joe.
He transitions to full mount.
Strong bottom work here, staying busy.
Very nice sweep, winds up at his opponent's guard. Half guard. Oh, reversal. Back in the mount, this is crazy.
Rockhold getting absolutely stuck.
I believe he's going to attempt the submission here. It looks like he's got that armbar locked in tight.
Oh, we're getting a finish here.
This armbar looks nasty. He might have to tap any second now. That's a wrap, folks. Excellent technique here. Got the armbar and got the tap.
Yeah, that is some high-level Brazilian jiu-jitsu right there. Just the way he transitioned to secure the arm up against his body and ultimately force the tap. High-level stuff out of that young man here tonight.
And one more time from this angle, we can see that arm bar locked in tight for the tap. And one more time, nice technique here on this submission.
And there he is, the UFC welterweight champion of the world. What a moment for him here tonight as he earns the victory by submission.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Bergliata calls a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 57 seconds in the very first round. Declaring the winner by tap out due to an armbar and new undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world,
Well, he came in a confident #1 contender. He leaves as the undisputed best welterweight in the world, and I say that because he didn't just come in here and wrest the belt away from the champion. He submitted the guy, and rather emphatically. So you're looking at him, that is the new UFC welterweight champion, and as he celebrates in the corner, you can't help but think that this could be an extended run for him here at 170 pounds.